Good morning and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day number 175, part 10. Using the Sefer Hachinuch, a mitzvah that keeps your soul on its way. Hopefully will be done today. The obligation of immersion, which is found in the third book of Vayikra, Parshas Mitzvah. So once again, the Chinuch addresses how a woman should position herself during immersion to avoid creating a chatzitza, that interruption with her own body. Let's see. Similarly, due to the concern that during the immersion, the water must enter into contact with every part of her body, the sages of blessed memory stated in Nida that the woman must stand during the immersion with her arms extended slightly in a manner whereby she appears like she is weaving cloth upon a loom, and while leaning forward slightly, as if nursing her child as he rests under her breast. She must also be careful regarding the rings on her hands or bracelets on her arms, for if they're even a bit tight, she is required to remove them from her hands at the time of immersion. She is also required to untie and remove any hair bands from her head, and to rinse her mouth and clean her teeth. For although regarding all the concealed areas of the body, such as the inside of the mouth, the law is that it is not necessary that water enter there during the immersion. That may be kind of hard to do it with your mouth open, to immerse with your mouth open. Still, these places must be fit for the water to enter, i.e. clean of any chatzitza, interposition. Therefore, a woman must ensure that there is no foreign substance, such as food particle, embedded between her teeth. Use floss. Indeed, it once occurred that a woman immersed, and after immersion a bone was found between her teeth, and the sages in the Gemara Nida required her to perform another immersion. The Chinuch continues with the law of a woman who discovers a chatzitza on another part of her body after immersion. If a woman immersed, and after the immersion any chatzitza at all was found on her body, such as dough or tar or dried blood or anything similar of all the things that the sages enumerated as chatzitzos, even if it is as small as a drop of mustard, a mustard seed, as long as she is generally particular about such a substance, and she would usually remove it, her immersion is not effective. Even if the chatzitza was under a fingernail, and even if it was under the portion of the nail that is opposite the flesh, since she would usually be particular about it, it is a chatzitza, and it invalidates the immersion even after the fact. Therefore, to avoid the possibility of inadvertently leaving such a substance under one's fingernails, the daughters of Israel adopted the custom to cut their fingernails at the time of their immersion. The remaining numerous details of the laws of chatzitza and the laws of mikvos, as well as the laws of one who has immersed that day, i.e. what his status is until nightfall, are set forth in Tractate Mikvos and in Tractate Tuvul Yom. This mitzvah of immersion is a mitzvah or a spring to rid oneself of tumah, is applicable in every location and in all times to both men and women, for it is a mitzvah obligation upon them when they wish to purify themselves from their tumah status, their impure status, to immerse in water, meaning in water is valid for immersion, as we've explained, and that there should not be any chatzitza upon them at the time of immersion, and that they should abide by all the other matters that we have written concerning the laws of immersion. But nevertheless, the mitzvah obligation is not that ones who are impure are required to purify themselves in all circumstances, even if they should wish to remain in their impure state. Rather, one is required to immerse only if he wishes to enter the holy temple, the BJC Mikdash, or to eat kadoshim, sacrificial foods, for to do those things one may not be tamei, impure. This is applicable in the time of the BJC Mikdash. For at that time, when the BJC Mikdash was standing, if one did so, i.e. entered the temple area or ate kadoshim while he was impure, tamei, he therefore violated this mitzvah obligation, aside from the liability incurred by eating kadoshim in a state of tumah, or entering the temple area in such a state, as we've written above. Okay, that concludes this mitzvah. I know it's a little longer today, but again, for women to have to go to the mikveh after childbirth or after her period, and also for anyone who wants to convert to Judaism, and anyone who has the custom to dip in the mikveh before Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. These are all important, and people do an Erev Shabbos, including myself, and before Yom Tov. Again, that's more custom, but it's very a serious mitzvah for, again, women who have their period, and anyone certainly wants to convert. Thanks for listening to Sponsor Future Mitzvah 36, 100 for the gold. Have a great day.